decline that. Central York will after the 5-yard, 6-yard loss. The one negative that we really would see empty in college football with the Miami Hurricanes back, they motion or shift out of that to an empty with that one running back to the weak side, as Cumberland Valley just did. We saw that in the 90s with Dennis Erickson's team. The one negative with that is your protection. You're protecting with 5 guys. And if you don't have a hot receiver or you don't get rid of the ball quickly and the other team brings pressure, it's awfully tough to protect the quarterback, and you saw it right there.
Scoreboard presented by Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency, our premier sponsor. Thank you very much for joining us here on High School Sports Live on ABC 27.3 and also online, hsslive.com. Tough snap for Signs. He looks over the middle. Nice catch by Griffin Huffman. He will get to maybe about the 44. And just back to the line of scrimmage, and give him a yard more to the 43.
Central York, defensively, early in this football game, has done a nice job of tackling and getting to the football quickly, Travis. You have a lot of good foot speed in the secondary. You can tell that. Nice linebacking core. And they obviously already have pressured the Cumberland Valley offense thus far. A lot of players into the boundary here. The wide side's open. They may get one-on-one coverage out here. Look for him to hit it.
Signs wants to go deep, under pressure again. Now he takes off to the 40 to the 35. Knocked out of bounds, far side from us. Looks like at about the 39. 4 on the play for Signs, and it brings up 4th and long.
Signs has some good wheels on the scramble there. Coach Oswald's going to elect to punt here from the 39-yard line on the needing 10 yards. And Coach Johnchuk says, defense, stay on the field. And looking for a possible fake. But field position, you don't want to give Bo Perbula a short field, and I can't blame Cumberland Valley for punting here, needing 10 yards the first.
Rough snap, and it's a short kick. It'll roll down to about the 9. So playing field position. And they mark it at about the 10. 29-yard punt, but it was... Now we finally get to see Bo Perbula. I apologize, I said Cade's name. Cade's his older brother.
At Delaware.
So Bo is your starting quarterback.
3 years ago, Cade was a big 33 quarterback.
We've seen both Perbula so much here on High School Sports Live. I get the two of them confused. So Bo in the shotgun. Looking to throw over the middle. That's caught. Out to the 20. Trayshawn Smith atoning for his fumble on the punt return.
Nice play action fake by Perbula in the first. He sees the field so well. 6'2" quarterback. Really can scan the football field, and what he can do is phenomenal. And empty set here.
Smith with a first down, and Perbula takes off. 35 upended to the 38. Bounces back up. Signals first down. Give him 18 to play.
Perbula plays with a lot of confidence. He comes with athletes and football players. His dad was a very good athlete at Shippensburg High School. Ted played at Shippensburg University as a receiver, but was a quarterback at high school. And his grandfather was the longtime athletic director at Shippensburg University, a phenomenal high school and college football player at Westchester Henderson and Westchester State College. 25-yard line and turn it over on downs. Eagles dodged the bullet, as we said. Both teams with one possession. Cumberland Valley getting some sort of additional possession on the first one due to fumbled punt return.
9 plays, 66 yards, and nothing to show for it. So 1st and 10 for the Eagles at their own 25. So far for them, 0 yards on offense.
2 backs in the backfield with the quarterback.
Signs gives fullback this time. That's Bryce Starretts.
But lined up at tailback with a fullback type body. 6'1", 210, sophomore.
Give him a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Reminds me of Cumberland Valley, Coach Rimple's state championship year in '92 against Harrisburg. The last drive of the game going the same way. They were down 7-0. They went to the eye, left the wing team, put John Ritchie, a fullback, at tailback.
Oh, yeah.
Put him at tailback and gave him the ball. Bushman was his lead blocker. And they went down and scored, went for two, and Richie won the game 8-7.
That's a jet sweep in motion. Griffin Huffman this time stays in bounds and only is going to get about a yard.
That story I told you, Travis, was from 91, John Ritchie's junior year, Bushman's senior year. They were the champs that year, Cumberland Valley beating Lancaster McCaskey, but that game against Harrisburg right here was a barn burner.
Injured player on the far side. Now up on a knee at about the 26-yard line.
The longer Cumberland Valley can possess the football, and it's now 3rd and long again, 3rd and about 8, get a few first downs, run the clock against the team like Central York with these skill guys and Probula as the gunslinger, that helps you as the Eagles need to possess the football. You can't get many 3-and-outs and keep giving the ball to this power electric offense of Central York.
Players back up for Central. That's Trenton Dunk. You're going to see a lot of cramps this time of year. Even though it's a beautiful night tonight, temperatures in the 70s with the sun still out. It's still early in the season. And once Dunnick comes off, then we'll get underway once again here. And a timeout now called by Central, and we will take a timeout as well. 4:40 left to go, first quarter. Scoreless on ABC 27.3.
Today's Advanced Hoops tip will feature Archie Smith, our speed and agility expert.
The block jumping drill is meant to develop the fast twitch jumping muscles in a young player's legs. This drill forces a player to jump constantly and should be fast-paced while clearing the block every time. Players will develop explosive jumping skills doing this, and it trains a player's body to jump quicker and have the endurance needed to jump in game situations.
The block jumping drill is one fundamental a player will learn in my class.
See our boy Archie Smith Jr. in that commercial there. Archie now on the coaching staff for McDevitt this year. The other two guys who were in this booth last year, Todd McCall has moved down to Nashville. We wish him all the best. And Jerome Presley's a dad, and he wants to watch his kids on the weekend. So we totally respect that decision. I am normally a stat guy, but I'm glad to be filling in for Gary Sutton tonight as he and his wife take a well-deserved vacation. Bad snap. Signs looking to make lemonade out of lemons here as he gets up the middle to the 40-yard line. He does so, and that's the first down for Cumberland Valley tonight.
Great play by Stotts. Once again, doing something with his feet. We've seen it from Probula already, and Signs has done it a couple times. Try to ad-lib and get out of the pocket when he's forced to. This time he ran right with the ball right up the middle. It was an empty set. He only had 5 protectors, those 5 offensive linemen. And the pocket closed quickly, and he adjusted and did something positive with his feet.
Huffman and Adam Somerville here on the near side with 2 backs in the backfield in the pistol set with Eagles. Run again and a nice stick. Might see the hit parade tonight. Dayton Bagwell, number 45 for Central.
One of those tough linebackers for Central York. But it was quarterback draw, all 10 quarterback draw. It ended up, you got positive yards. And if you're Cumberland Valley, put yourself in a 2nd and 8. There's no harm with that. And you're chewing clock. We're down to ball be snapped with about 3.5 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Credit to number 10, Carter Glassmeyer in the play. He's been on a couple plays tonight as well.
No safety in the middle. Look for an all-out blitz here.
They do blitz, and they get it out here to J.D. Hunter. He escapes a tackle, and that's good for another first down.
Really nice play call. The running back on a flare, catching the ball behind the line of scrimmage against the blitz. You can block downfield because the ball's caught behind the line. And, while the ball's being thrown, you can be blocking downfield. Screen pass. And it got another first down for the Eagles across midfield.
12 yards on the play.
There you see it.
Knocked out of bounds by Niger DeWitt.
In man-to-man coverage, a linebacker is responsible for the back out of the backfield. And you're allowed to block that linebacker if you want to.
4-man line for Central with the 4 linebackers. The read option, and nowhere this time. Nice as Dunnick is back in. for Central.
Looked like Collington on the tackle.
Arlington as well. Run up the middle that time. That was Wagenheim. Give credit to 15, Zane Collington. So 2nd down and 10.
Next time we get the zone read, don't be surprised if we see the quarterback keep it there.
Option this time. Signs can't get it to the outside. Nigel DeWitt again there on the tackle. 45-yard line. Only a yard.
Nice play by DeWitt. Little chirping by DeWitt there after the tackle. The running back the quarterback he tackled, he got up and was a little chirping. Let's keep an eye on that. See it right there.
Nothing called. 3rd and long, 3rd and 9.
Tight end to the right and 2 more receivers right. 3 receivers counting the tight end to the right. 1 down low.
Looking right. Now wants to go up the middle again, but nothing doing. Brought down for Central by Wilfredo Toro, number 50. And Zane Collington again. Lost a little bit there. 4th and 10, and on comes the special teams. Both these clubs had to put up with Hurricane Ida like all of us did. Virtual learning days on Wednesday and Thursday. It was a half day for Central today. But both teams kind of equal with preparation. Here's the return from the 15 out to the 25-26. And Central back in business here in the first quarter. That was Jules Goff again on the turn.
I've got Seth Kitchener on the senior covered guy on the tackle.
Glad you're with us here on ABC 27.3. You can check out the entire schedule for the year at hsslivetv.com. As a run comes here to the night side for Parker Hines. And Central's going to shuffle skill players in and out of all positions here tonight. Give Hines 3, it'll be 2nd and 7. Actually marked it back at the 29. 2 yards on the gain.
Zone coverage for Cumberland Valley.
Bravula wants to air it out. Looking for Smith. Nice catch. "36 yards and a first down."
Ball was thrown up, and without a doubt, Smith went up and got it. Probably see replay coming up here. Bravula put it on the fade route. It was zone coverage, but the defender for Cumberland Valley, who now looks like a little bit of a cramp injury, Pines lost sight, as you'll see here. He loses sight of the football in zone coverage, and he let the receiver get straight up with him. And once if you're a defender and the receiver catches up with you, you're going to most likely have trouble playing the ball. And a lot of times defenders will not look back at the ball. They'll just play through the receiver, try to strip it, whatever. But a great catch there by Smith.
Grabbed it at its highest point. A great job. It's kind of boxing out a little bit too. Good job there by Smith on a first down at the 35.
You see Pines there, number 2. A former number 2 here is playing at Penn State as a linebacker. Charlie Ketcher, wore number 2 here at Cumberland Valley. Phenomenal football player on both sides of the football with special team return capabilities, etc. for Cumberland Valley. Phenomenal three-year athlete for them.
Loved watching him when he was here on High School Sports Live. Bravula rolls left. Wants to throw. Has a man tried to make a one-hand catch. And Parker Hines incomplete.
That was the inside receiver on a corner route. Parker Hines just slightly overthrown. Bravula throwing his left.
Second down at the 35.
Looks like straight man.
You give up the middle, and that doesn't do anything for Ajari Walker.
And Cumberland Valley did not have a free safety. They went straight man on defense, which puts another guy in the box. Very tough to get running lanes when you have, in this situation, 7 guys defensively in the box for Cumberland Valley. Very nice defensive play for the Eagles.
Rich Crispino on the tackle. Loss of 3. Mark it at the 38. And a flag. We have timeout. Now, the end of the first quarter. Clock tells it's the end of the first quarter. No score here at Cumberland Valley on ABC 27.3.
CCA field trips make learning come alive.
The Jet Giambavo family of dealerships. 9 great franchises in 4 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, Stadler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Genesis of York, and Giambavo Hyundai of Hanover. The Giambavo family dealerships. Over 30 million in new and pre-owned inventory. With a reputation for quality service after the sale. Giambavo is proud to serve your community. Find out why. The Jet Giambavo family of dealerships. 4 great locations. Online at giambavo.com.
Second quarter on High School Sports Live from Cumberland Valley. As Perbula throws over the middle, that's complete. Trayshawn out to about the 38. Brings up 4th down, and Perbula is the punter, so they're going to go into punt formation.
Perbula had a check down there on 3rd down to an under route to Smith. And good tackling by Cumberland Valley. And the 3rd and long here in CV territory. Field position battle.
Nice spiral pooch punt, and it's going to, is it going to die? No.
He had a chance at it. Had a chance at it, Travis. But he was running so fast, had athleticism there. He would have to knock that back really to down it. And just made it in the end zone. Nice punt by Perbula. Nice touch on that punt. Looked like a wedge, dropping a wedge onto the green.
25 yards total offense for Cumberland Valley, 92 for Central York. But for Central, a turnover on downs and a turnover on a fumble. Cumberland Valley has had to punt it away twice. 3 times, actually, as the run goes up the middle. That's J.D. Hunter. 4 yards on the play. Make it 2nd and 6.
Central York with new uniforms this year. They come out with the black pants. Really sharp looking unis with obviously white tops on the road and the white helmets with the Panther paw. Cumberland Valley in their 2nd year of their new uniforms. Red pants for the first time in Cumberland Valley football history the last 2 years. They wear them on occasion. Also have white pants and black pants they wear sometimes in the playoffs.
Signs with the pitch this time to Hunter, and a huge hit and a flag. That might be helmet to helmet. We'll see what the call is. Just looked like it was a jarring of the hit. It could have been it. No, it was a chop block. So, pardon
Most
me,
likely they're going to take that penalty.
My mistake on helmet to helmet. I apologize. So a low block, flip.
You'd expect them to take that, push Cumberland Valley back into about their half the distance, probably about the 11-yard line.
So the decision, and Coach Janchik says, yep, send them back. Normally a 15-yard penalty, but he walked off half the distance.
Looks like their defensive coordinator was making that call. He's ready to go. He's looking to get Bo Perbula maybe in at safety on, not sure, for 3rd down play. Coming back, talking to the bench.
11 yards on the penalty. Haven't had all that many penalties tonight.
Really overloaded. 4 defenders on the 3 receivers to this side. It's a bubble. They're going to get eaten out probably.
Signs throws it out to Griffin Huffman.
1 extra defender out there on the bubble, and good pursuit. Positive gain for Cumberland Valley, but it was 2nd and long. Now it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 13 yards for Cumberland Valley. They got to be careful, Travis. You don't want to turn the ball over here and give Central York a short field. You got a 0-0 score. You got to be happy right now. You're in the 2nd quarter, clock moving, and it's a tie ball game. Trips into the boundary here, which is rare.
Hey, you don't see short side setups like this here. 17-yard line. The running back in the backfield, fake, looking, wants to go deep. Has double coverage, incomplete. Looking for Huffman again, but triple coverage that time by Central. Good job all around by Kyer Folk, James Jackson, and Ninja DeWitt.
One thing I didn't talk about with the uniforms yet, Cumberland Valley going to the white helmets last year. It's their 2nd year with the white helmets under Coach Oswald. Putting the CV on. Coach Rimple bought the red helmets to Cumberland Valley in the 89 season and had red helmets with the white CV. Now they're the opposite.
Here's the punt. Jules Goff at the 48. Makes a move. 40, 35. Brought down by Bryce Butler. And good return. Let's give him about 15 yards on the return to Jules Goff.
Travis, this is the concern. You just gave Central York a short field. You had no choice, right? With the penalty punting from around your own 10, there's a penalty back at the line of scrimmage.
Running into the kicker. Only a 5-yarder.
I think they're going to punt it over. If I'm Cumberland Valley, I'd want to change the field position a little bit. Even though it gives you 5 yards, the return got them across the 40. I think you can get more out of this. Look for them to punt it again.
Patty Hernjack almost had his punt blocked as well. Which led to the running into the kicker.
I didn't see much there. I don't think I'd have called that. Definitely not roughing. Barely touched him. Didn't really even. Yeah. Coach Oswald's going to elect for Cumberland Valley to punt again. Can't blame him here. Now, the one potential negative, you're given an opportunity for a skill kid to make something bigger happen than what he just did.
So Goff standing at his 50. Actually moves back to his 45. Hernjack and almost blocked again. Just as good a kick, and it's going to drop. So that penalty ended up costing Central about 18 yards of field position, marked at the 44 and a first down. Coming up at halftime, thanks to our friends at Jack GM Volvo, they'll be sponsoring our halftime report. We'll have first half highlights presented by AT&T and also our Highmark halftime stats. And we have a special interview. Charlie Fortney will be talking with Dr. Callista Morris from OSS Health at halftime. Beulah under pressure by 2-3 men, looking to air it out and just throw it out of bounds, incomplete. Had a receiver in the neighborhood, Parker Hines.
Looked like we had a late holding by maybe the running back there. And that's going to be a slot foul, which is huge. It's going to, the penalty's going to happen since Beulah scrambled at the 33. It's going to back them up 10 from there. It's going to take it all the way back to the 23-yard line, Travis.
Line of scrimmage was the 44, so that's another 21 yards in field position that they're going to give up.
You still get first down over, but now it's first and a country mile.
First down, they have to get to Perry County to get a first down. It's first and 29.
Second bad snap of the game for Central.
And another loss of yardage for Central this time as Beulah is brought down.
You know, they say, Travis, long-time adage, when a football team makes its most of its, improvement, if you will, is between week 1 and 2. And looks like you're seeing that from Cumberland Valley right now after getting beat by 28 by Manheim Central last week. This doesn't look like a team that is in that situation tonight. And I know they're at home, but thus far they're holding their own here against Central York.
Jules Goff now set up as a receiver. Permula back to
Screen.
throw. Screen pass. Up to about the 25 to the 26 is Trenton Dunnick. So they get 7 back. Third and almost 20. Have to get to the 44 for a first down. Make it 3rd and 19. Wouldn't be surprised if they went for the home run here.
2 deep safeties for Cumberland Valley.
Use that pure speed to beat it. 10 on the play clock. Goff goes in motion. To him.
He's got it.
Wants it all. He's going to have to throw short, and out of bounds, incomplete. Had the right idea, wanted to go to Trayshawn Smith, but just threw it a little too far out of bounds, incomplete.
Cumberland Valley, very fortunate here with field position. It was just a few moments ago, they were punting deep in their territory. And running into the kicker, 5-yard penalty ended up really helping Cumberland Valley. The next punt not caught, and now penalties. Permula is putting it from standing on his own 15-yard line.
Running to get it is Hunter from his own 47 and a horse collar tackle, but they don't call it.
Legal. That was legal. Okay, he got him around the shoulder.
Okay.
Yeah, he got him around the shoulder.
All right. Just looked a little unorthodox that way, but 45-yard line and a first down. 7:25 left to go here in the first half.
Absolutely no wind at the big flagpole at the highway end of the stadium. Beautiful night, as Travis alluded to, of high school football. Really nice crowd here for this game here at Cumberland Valley. 1-0 Central York versus 0-1 Cumberland Valley.
Back to the spread formation with 2 and 2. And up the middle, fullback playing his tailback this time, Bryce Starretts.
Another thing we have to mention here, Travis, each team only had 1 scrimmage. That's a new thing just lately the last few years. So for years and years and years in high school football in Pennsylvania, you're used to having 2 scrimmages. So you have 1 less week of a contest. So that first game, you're still learning a lot about your football team.
Central scrimmage, Lower Dauphin for their 1 scrimmage.
Offsides, this guy here, he's backing up now.
Hard move, and Sides loses the football. Recovered by Central.
Cumberland Valley's lucky that wasn't a touchdown, a pick up and run like we saw last night with the Minnesota-Ohio State ball game. With Ohio State defensive lineman returning a fumble for a touchdown.
The Signs wanted to fake it. Watson with the fumble recovery for Central. And a first down.
We talked about giving short fields to Central. That's another key to our football game here. Cumberland Valley turning the football over in your own territory, a definite no-no against a high-powered offense. Let's see what happens here. A lot of teams like to strike it big here on the first play after a turnover. Let's see if they go deep.
Permula looking, now has room. To the 40, 35, shifts to the 30, to the 26. 19 yards and a first down.
They tried to go deep with 4 receivers, and Permula recognized the run room. We talked about earlier him being able to be so successful running the football. And you'll see it here on the replay. Nothing's open. Nice 4-man rush.
I want to give credit to 6 of Johnny Walker, who was in the backfield, offered a little extra help in the block and got him more room to get the first down. From the 25. There's Walker off to his left, and he's going to get the carry. Nice throw to the outside, and he's loose. And gone. Touchdown. Keep the block, they reward you.
Yep, 2 plays. Quick striking offense. You give the ball, and you give the Central York offense the ball in your own territory. 2 plays later in the end zone. Very well executed running play around right end for Central York. Here you'll see the replay of it.
Wide open hole.
Really no contain out there. Contain man got blocked down, and Nobody to fill the gap. Very good speed on that run.
Matthew Parker for the extra point. And good. Flag and play.
That play is going to be blown dead because in high school you can't jump off sides. So they're going to, I would imagine, encroachment. See if Central decides to go for the 2-point conversion.
Got a flag on the play, so let's hold it here. So got a flag. Illegal motion on Central.
That would be the right side of the line shifting down quickly, going down. They went down. It didn't simulate a snap. It was like simulating a snap. And more times they're going to call that in today's game on the offense. You can't just get set right away as a lineman real quickly when you don't do that normally. A lot of officials now will call that offensively, and they did there.
Now it's a 24-yard extra point. No problem. It's good. 7-0 Central leading Cumberland Valley. More action to come on ABC 27.3.
So a while back, I thought to myself, I'm never going to own a home. I'm going to have to rent forever. I didn't have money for a down payment. I had no credit history, and I just got out of a divorce. But PHFA showed me that home ownership is possible. They offer me a low-interest mortgage and a way to manage the closing cost. To me, this is more than just my home. It's a huge accomplishment and a new chapter in my life, thanks to PHFA.
Coming up at halftime here, we've got the Jack Giambalvo halftime report. Our first half highlights presented by AT&T. Stats from Highmark, and also a special interview. Charlie Fort needs to talk to Dr. Callista Morris from OSS Health. That's all coming up on halftime at the Jack Giambalvo halftime report. 2 plays, 45 yards, 15 seconds. Quick strike.
There you have it. You can't turn the ball over, especially in your own territory. It could be a recipe for disaster. Turnover is so important in the game of football.
Parker on the extra point, so the 25-yard extra point is good. He'll kick off again. And that's going to go back into the end zone. No, it's going to die at the 1. And a tough break for Cumberland Valley. Wagenheim picked it up, brought it to the 10, but you talk about a golf shot that you want.
I've always, in coaching return men, I've always told the other guy that's back, if you see a ball that's like a knuckleball, assume he's going to miss it. Like a left fielder, yep. Center fielder's going, assume you got to back him up. It's a live ball. Unfortunately, the guy who missed it ran back and got it quickly at the 1-yard line and got it out close to the 10, but Cumberland Valley's very fortunate there. That could have been worse.
So Wagenheim saved 9 yards for CV. It's first down and 10 from the 10. Dines gives up the middle down the outside at this time to Hunter, and he's got a first down.
Really nice run. Best run of the evening for the Cumberland Valley offense. Hunter picking up some yardage around left end. You start moving the chains like that, you start to get more confidence. Cumberland Valley since 1989 has been a wing team until last year. Prior to that, they were a smash man, a lot of running and play action passes and whatnot. And now they're trying to run the spread here. One back.
They run the one back up again, maybe about 2 yards to the 28.
Unfortunately for Coach Oswald, he actually was for those who don't know, he was the head coach at Central York. He played here at Cumberland Valley, coach Brimful, had a good career, played here and at Shippensburg University, became the head coach at Carlisle in his mid-20s, and really throw the football. Carlisle, not great defensively, but could throw that football. And he went to Central York and made a decision to come back to his alma mater.
Signs looking to throw complete to the far side. That's Troy Collard, his first catch of the night, up to the 35, 7 on the game.
So with the success offensively at Carlisle and then at Central York with the spread, coach decided to not run a wing tier and run spread offense. Unfortunately for him, he gets the job and COVID strikes. It was a really tough go last year, having very limited time with his football players. They're working super hard in the weight room, doing a lot of good things in the offseason. They just weren't able to get that through the win column last week.
Run up the middle, stuck, but not until getting the first down. That's Wagenheim, who had the nice save on the kickoff return. He gets enough yardage for the first down, just barely.
So it's Coach Oswald coming to Cumberland Valley here in his second season now. The job opens at Central York. Jerry Janchik, longtime head coach at numerous schools, including C-East. He leaves Lebanon and goes and takes Central York his first year all the way to the state championship game. Phenomenal season. District 3 champs.
And it was just amazing to see the scores that they won by last year. 5-6 touchdowns at a pop here.
And the first York County team to win a district championship at the highest classification. And the Mid-Penn has won the majority of them, except for other than a Mid-Penn team or Wilson winning a district title with the top classification in District 3 since it started in '82. Manheim Township a few years ago, and then Central York are the only two non-Mid-Penn teams or Wilson to do so.
Signs wants to go up the middle, and wow. Nice pop by Trenton Duck.
Woo! Straight out all the way.
That's a hit parade play.
And then the thing there, as linebacker, you don't have a lead blocker when you run that back out of the backfield flaring and the quarterback draw. Just have your lineman to block, and once they do that, linebacker fills. If he's not picked up on a combo block, he can go right to the quarterback. Very nice tackle defensively. Brings up big 3rd and 7 for the Eagles in their own territory.
Last 3 plays for Cumberland Valley. 1 yard, 1 yard, 1 yard. Now they go to the air. Signs running out of time. Here comes Sonic again. He shifts, looks, and only gets to the 40-yard line. Nice play on the far side by Dayton Bagel, and it brings up 4th down.
Very good coverage throughout the game with Central York, forcing the opposing quarterback tuck the ball and try to get positive yard with his feet.
The Signs only gets 1 yard, so 4th down and 6. Back to punt again is Patty Hernjack. Goff had a good punt return called back by a penalty. And he's going to let this one go. And it goes out of bounds at the 20, so a 40-yard punt, no return. And Central's got 3:12 to work with. But we saw in the last drive, they only needed 15 seconds.
Now they're obviously all the way back at the 20. They got to go 80 this time instead of around 40.
Cumberland Valley is on our High School Sports Live schedule again October 15th when they host Harrisburg. And Central, we will see them again at home October 29th against the York High Bearcats. You can find the entire schedule at hsslivetv.com. Next Saturday, we join you at 1 o'clock from Severance Field in Harrisburg as the Cougars take on Bishop McDevitt.
Woo! Been a lot of big games in that rivalry.
Looking forward to that next Saturday here on ABC 27.3, and it's intercepted. J.D. Hunter, the young man we profiled at the beginning of the game, he comes up with the interception off the tip.
Great break on the ball and a super big play for the Eagles with just over 3 minutes to go. Prabula let that one hang. He tried to throw on rhythm here before the receiver would hopefully get another look this.
A good job by J.D. Hunter.
Yeah. To see that again. Look, I couldn't tell which receiver Prabula was throwing to. Oh, he got hit right when he threw it, it looked like.
Looked like he was either going for Parker Hines or Johnny Walker was in the vicinity, but this is the deepest penetration now for Cumberland Valley. 20-yard line of Central York. Looking to get on the board for the first time as Hunter will go to the far side.
Throw it on rhythm.
Now he's getting away from Sonic with a flag.
Holding penalty. Phenomenal run, but it's all coming back. Unfortunately for Cumberland Valley, he had his receiver on the hitch route, the outside receiver to the left. He was looking that way. I'm not sure why he didn't throw it. It was a rhythm throw, would have completed that. Phenomenal job with his feet there. But it's all, as we mentioned, it's all coming back.
He's going to lose 11 yards on the play with the hold back to the 31.
Signs can definitely run that football with with his feet when everything breaks down. He has really good quickness. Sees the field, the running part of the field well. On his read there, as I mentioned, he had the hitch to the outside, which was a first and 10. You can pick up 4 or 5 yards. Nothing wrong with that on 1st and 10. Now they're in a situation where they're first and really long, about 22. Come out of field goal range. Penalty hit.
Signs 100 to go back into the left slot. Or cross. Signs now wants to throw. Caught.
That's the play I was talking about right there.
Yep.
It's the play he had in the first down. He got it. But unfortunately, when it's 1st and 10, that's a good pickup. When it's 1st and 22, you're getting only got about 4 yards. You're still, now you're 2nd and 18. Not as effective. It's right now you'd be 2nd and 6.
Mark it at the 28. Signs with the 3 receivers to his right. Now Hunter gets sacked up behind the line of scrimmage, but breaks through and wants to take the whole Central York team with him to the 15.
Phenomenal run. Phenomenal run by Hunter. The 6-foot, 180-pound junior running back, who also, as we know, can play some DB, showed it on the last possession. What a great run. Good leg strength. Took about 4 Central York Panthers to bring him down. And now we're in a 3rd and viable situation after that phenomenal play. It's, about 3rd and 4, Travis?
And Hunter will go out for this play. Play clock down to 10. They're going to have to hurry. Signs has his fullback
formation in the boundary.
In the backfield. Locked down to 1. He gets the play off.
Crap,
and nothing doing.
Now, tough decision here. Do you kick the field goal and give yourself a 7-3 halftime situation? Or do you try to go for it on a 4th and 5? Even if you go for a long cadence, you could use a timeout and still kick it. If you try to draw them off sites here,
both teams
get the first down.
Yep, both teams have 2 timeouts left.
Clock down to under 50, 20 seconds on the play clock.
Gonna go for it.
It's a lot tougher to draw. They're gonna call timeout here. You have to.
Yeah, they're confused. They call timeout here with just under 40 seconds left to go.
The other thing, Travis, it's not as easy to draw somebody off sides when you're in shotgun.
Yes.
And we're seeing most teams in shotgun nowadays. It's a lot easier to draw a team off when you're under center and you're calling that cadence right from under center and maybe using a little bit of your head, not too much, but because you don't want to get called offensively for simulating a snap, but that can be a lot easier. A shotgun, it's not as easy to do.
And correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think either team has played 1 snap under center tonight.
How about it?
It's been all shotgun.
How about it?
40 seconds left to go. Cumberland Valley down to 1 timeout. As you can see, noted by the orange bar below Cumberland Valley. Central York, they have 2. Just a little scoreboard reading error there. But
we have a Save on the roster for Cumberland, but it's not Jeff Save. And could Jeff Save kick? He kicked at Clemson. He was also a really good baseball pitcher. He pitched at Clemson. And big 33 kicker, no less. But he was a football player. He wasn't just a kicker. He played as all the Save family for several generations now. They're all tough, hard-nosed football players, as was Jeff. But he was also a phenomenal kicker. This would be almost a chip shot for him. Cumberland Valley's electing to go for it with trips into the boundary with 1 reach at the top and a pistol set.
15-yard line. 4th and 5.
I'm looking for him to go up top, one-on-one coverage.
Looks right, goes over the middle. It's intercepted by Dunnick. Dunnick at the 8, to the 20, to the 25, and a good return out to the 26. It's kind of like he played center field there, just waiting for it, and he came into him.
He played center field from the shortstop second base position, almost he stood on second base and just read the quarterback's eyes. You're right, Travis. Tough situation for Cumberland Valley. They come out of that with 0 points. There's no wrong decision here. Electing for the field goal. If you have confidence in your kicker and you get 3 on the board, it's an option, and they elected to go for it, and they're going to come away with nothing.
From the 26.
Look for a draw here. Yep, we're going to run it, play it safe, and get out of here with a 7-0 lead at halftime.
Jules Goff up the middle, give him a yard.
That'll be it. That's your half.
Yeah, only one timeout left for Cumberland Valley, just 2 for Central.
That can be deflating for Cumberland Valley. If you're going in the locker room now, you got to make sure you keep your team focused and say, hey, we're a touchdown down. We're proving we can get the ball down the field. And you got to utilize Hunter and the run that J.D. Hunter had to get them in position to go for it on 3rd and 4th down. That's the scrappiness you want. That's Cumberland Valley football from years ago.
Thor and I will talk more about this first half during the Jack Giambalvo halftime report. Let's throw it now to an interview. Charlie Fortney had a chance to talk with OSS Health's Dr. Callista Morris.
I'm with Dr. Callista Morris from OSS Health. She's an orthopedic sports medicine surgeon. Today we're going to talk about shoulder injuries. What sport really kind of wins this, if you will, the injury battle?
Yeah, absolutely, hands down, as some people may guess, football wins that battle, but very close by are wrestling and baseball. Okay. When it comes to baseball, pitching is absolutely the number one, more so than field players or catching. So pitchers are the biggest risk. Football is kind of a conglomerate. Yes, we see them in the quarterbacks, but those are more contact positions. Right. So wide receivers, running backs, they get hit a little bit harder.
I'm mentoring a young man. He's in my car the other day and my shoulder hurts. I said, hey, what's going on, buddy? He said, I landed on my shoulder in practice. Do you tell them to go right back out there? Or should they come in and get an x-ray, maybe like OSS Health, or should they, how do they know whether to be careful or just to keep going at it?
If obviously there's deformity or anything like that to the shoulder just doesn't look right, come in right away, we'll get an x-ray. But if it just seems like a mild ache, give it a day or two, take some ibuprofen, Tylenol if you can tolerate it. And then if it's still not better within 72 hours, then definitely come in and get it checked out.
Talk about preventative measures for shoulder injuries.
Absolutely. So the number one thing for us is actually the shoulder blade. So if we can really strengthen the back and the shoulder blade, that helps the shoulder move better as a unit, puts you at less risk of injury. And then also stretching. So you want the motion on your dominant side to equal the motion of your non-dominant side.
Cincinnati Reds, Bucknell wrestling team. I mean, you've been around a lot of different sports. It's got to be a dream come true. A little girl or a little guy, high school kid, junior high comes in. You can talk to them about sports. You can relate to them. You've been there. Does that give you an advantage making that connection?
Absolutely. So at being a former athlete and being around as high level as Major League Baseball, we understand the importance of getting back to their sport and their passion and what they want to do and doing it safely, but also timing for that. So we kind of base, are you going into senior season? Are you trying to make this tournament or that tournament? How can we work your injury to get you back to your goal?
What would be like a return to play checklist on how you could judge whether or not that shoulder is ready to go?
Yeah. So if it's any type of shoulder injury that requires rehab, it's at least 6 weeks to rehab. So you're out for 6 weeks if you're not taking care of yourself. If it gets to a surgical aspect, now we're looking at 6 months. So it's a pretty big deal if we have to go in for surgery. So if you can take a break and let it rest, that's great. It may save you months on a recovery turn, but we go on a stepwise progression. We work on motion first, then we work on strength, and then we get back into sport-specific activities.
If you want more information, go to osshealth.com. Today's professional skill tip will involve using one-handed shooting to bring balance and stability to the shot. I teach young players to balance the ball in one hand, in close, to establish a squared-up foundation when shooting. The one-hand shooting further out forces a player to stay square, reinforcing balance and lift on the shot. This one-handed emphasis will only help with leg power and the ball rolling off the one hand, developing more control and overall shot balance. The one-handed shooting is the fundamental tool I use to develop advanced shooters.
I'm thankful for the OSS trainers always being there to keep me in the game and on the field and help me pursue my lacrosse career outside of high school.
I'm going to Florida Southern College to play lacrosse. OSS trainers have taught us a lot about our bodies and keep them healthy, and that's going to help us get ready for collegiate sports.
OSS Health. Extraordinary care. Extraordinary athletes.
The Jet Giambalvo family of dealerships. 9 great franchises in 4 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, Stadler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Genesis of York, and Giambalvo Hyundai of Hanover. The Giambalvo family dealerships. Over 30 million in new and pre-owned inventory. With a reputation for quality service after the sale, Giambalvo is proud to serve your community. Find out why. The Jet Giambalvo family of dealerships. 4 great locations. Online at giambalvo.com.
CCA field trips make learning come alive.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent is Capital Region Insurance Agency, 717-731-1142.
Erie Insurance.
Back here at Cumberland Valley, here in our Jack Giambalvo halftime show, 7-0 Central leading. As we see the Central marching band out in the field. Thank you to Dr. Callista Morris for speaking with our Charlie Fortney here with OSS Health. This is the Jack Giambalvo halftime report. We give you our AT&T first half highlights in just a moment, also halftime stats from Highmark, and we're going to hear from Logan Stump from Capital Region Insurance Agency coming up here in just a moment. We'll bring Ford Chapman back here in just a moment as we have a first half highlights ready to go. And the big story with the highlights that we're going to show here, interceptions, pretty much all the turnovers we're going to account for here with the highlights and the stats. And then we had so many scoring opportunities, but really only one touchdown to talk about here. Here come the AT&T highlights. Signs going back to throw, looking, that was the interception from Trenton Dunnick right at the end of the first half, which was really deflating for Cumberland Valley going into the locker room.
No doubt about it. We talked about you can't let it bother you, right? Under no circumstances can you allow it to affect what you're going to do. You have to build on the positives and come out in the second half, but you're right, it can be very deflating, no doubt about it.
Some good plays on both sides of the ball. We've seen some big hits and some defensive plays as well. And there's the run for the touchdown and a nice play. And he made a great block on the play previous on the touchdown for Central York was Ajari Walker. Some of the numbers I put together here, 96 yards on the ground, includes the 45 on the touchdown drive earlier. 57 passing yards for Prabula, a lot lower than we're used to, and plus 2 turnovers, including the interception we just saw on the fumbled punt. Cumberland Valley, they've got 81 total yards, 2 turnovers for them. They had a fumble, which led to the touchdown, and then the interception here at the end of the first half. Very interesting numbers here.
Yeah, the thing that comes out of us right away, steps out on the screen. Cumberland Valley with 36 yards rushing. And it's going to be very difficult for Cumberland Valley to win a football game being limited on the ground that much, even out of this spread. Their quarterback has tried to scramble a little bit. As you notice, Prabula has gotten a lot more yards on the ground with his scrambling, and it's not because of the effort of the quarterback for Cumberland Valley. He's getting bottled up. You know, that touchdown run was big, but it was brought back by a penalty. That would have changed some of the statistics there for rushing for Cumberland Valley had that not been a holding call.
How do you think they've done, Cumberland Valley, at bottling up Prabula? I know you said one of your keys in the pregame was trying to keep them in the pocket. I think they've done a pretty good job.
I think they've done a very good job from the standpoint of not allowing Prabula to escape and then throw strikes out of the pocket. But he has been able to escape and run for a lot of yards and pick up big yards with his feet. The play before the touchdown was one of them. So Cumberland Valley has to really work on limiting that. But when they're rushing 4 guys, once Prabula gets by those 4, he's quick enough. He's going to make that first linebacker usually miss, and he's been doing it a lot in the first half.
Central York, we talk all about their offense with Bo Prabula, but let's talk defense. This defense came to hit. They're doing a great job.
Yes, they are, Travis. Great point. And defensively, they're not giving up the big play, and they're also not allowing Cumberland Valley to really put multiple plays together that are successful. You know, most of Cumberland Valley's offensive plays, they get a successful play, and then they don't have another one to follow up with that. But on the positive side, Cumberland Valley's only down 7 points, and they're in the football game. You know, and for that high-powered offense, I know Central York's missing a skill guy. He's not going to be able to play this week because of last week's 2 personal fouls. But Cumberland Valley's done a decent job limiting this high-powered, high-octane offense, don't you think?
Yes, they've done a great job. You saw the numbers here, thanks to AT&T for sponsoring our first half highlights, Highmark for sponsoring our first-time stats, Jack Giambalvo for the halftime report. Got a clip here from Capital Region Insurance Agency, Logan Stumpf. Take it away.
Hi, I'm Jackie Ferentinos.
I'm Steve Ferentinos.
And we're the owners of Valley Bistro. Valley Bistro is a modern bistro located in Enola, Pennsylvania.
We're open 7 days a week from 7 to 2. We offer indoor and outdoor seating. We have the catering facility for all your needs.
We have been clients with Capital Region Insurance Agency for 2 years. When we first met Warren and Logan, we realized that we were undercovered. They were able to assess our needs and provide us with the proper coverage we needed for our restaurant. The program they provided us reduced our premiums and enhanced our coverage. They even went as far as to complete all the paperwork we needed, cancel our other policy, and make everything a completely smooth transition.
In our experience, we usually have used other agencies and it would take days and hours to get back to us, whereas with CRIA, they immediately get back to us within minutes. CRIA has the best customer service, and that's what separates them from other agencies in the area.
When you choose to go with CRIA, you're choosing to buy a promise that, God forbid anything would happen to your business, they will be right there for you. Shopping for insurance is never easy and usually a lengthy process, but when it comes to CRIA, they're the ones to get it done for you. Choose them, you won't regret it.
The Jet Giambalvo family of dealerships. 9 great franchises in 4 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, Statler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Genesis of York, and Giambalvo Hyundai of Hanover. The Giambalvo family dealerships. Over 30 million in new and pre-owned inventory. With a reputation for quality service after the sale. Giambalvo is proud to serve your community. Find out why. The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 4 great locations. Online at giambalvo.com.
Groff Tractor is your full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction and many other leading brands, serving the total sales, rentals, parts, and service needs of its customers. Groff Tractor, featuring Case Construction, paves the way for your project from start to finish. With 6 locations, Groff Tractor is always nearby your equipment needs. Groff Tractor also offers scheduled maintenance along with 24/7 emergency service. Groff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
CCA field trips make learning come alive.
So a while back, I thought to myself, I'm never going to own a home. I'm going to have to rent forever. I didn't have money for a down payment. I had no credit history, and I just got out of a divorce. But PHFA showed me that home ownership is possible. They offer me a low-interest mortgage and a way to manage the closing costs. To me, this is more than just my home. It's a huge accomplishment and a new chapter in my life, thanks to PHFA.
Today's Advanced Hoops tip will feature Duke McCamey, our post-training expert.
The Mikan drill is a foundational drill that I teach all young players that sign up for my class. This drill teaches players to finish around the basket while using proper footwork. It's important for players to use the right hand on the right side and the left hand on the left side. I teach players to shuffle their feet and get low while exploding into the layup. Squaring feet and squaring shoulder is the key to consistency and timing around the basket. The Mikan drill is a foundational drill for every young player to learn in my class.
Halftime, 7-0. Panthers leading the Eagles here at Central York with a two-run touchdown drive earlier in the second quarter. They lead at 7-0 here against Cumberland Valley. With Fort Chapman, I'm Travis Sparks. It's great to have you with us here tonight. The first of 9 regular season games that we're going to have here on High School Sports Live. And next Saturday, we've got a doozy at Severance Field. Bishop McDevitt going to Harrisburg.
Travis, as you know, I've been a part of both sides of that rivalry and some tremendously big football games in the 90s. And since then, Jeff Wecker's done a great job at McDevitt. And obviously right now, the Harrisburg program is so consistent. And hats off to their coach and athletic director who is taking on both roles and played there and just has done a phenomenal job.
Week 3, I'll be back with you doing play-by-play for this one. Redland at Cedar Cliff, the battle for the West Shore.
That used to always be the opener. That's always been a humongous rivalry. Go ahead.
Week 4, Cedar Cliff will feature them again, this time at Hershey Park, taking on Wardolphin.
Good one right there.
Week 5, we're back to Saturday. We go to Steel High as they take on Middletown.
I remember growing up as a small kid in the 70s, and as good as Middletown was, Steel High seemed to come out with a victory. And since then, look what Middletown has done, going to several state championship games. That program was skyrocketing. Now both teams, Steel High won the state title last year.
Yes.
I mean, holy moly. That's a huge rivalry.
We've been privileged here in Central Pennsylvania to have a couple state title winners here. Let's go to October 8th. We're back in the York Adams League. Red Lion takes on York High down at Smalls Field. On October 15th, we're back here at Cumberland Valley as Harrisburg takes on Cumberland Valley. That'll be another good one.
Oh, yeah. First time they met was right on this field in 1982. Cumberland Valley scored with 2 seconds left on the clock by the Highway to win 22-19. And beat them 2 weeks later in the first ever district playoff game. Yes, at Carlisle, first ever district playoff game. The first year of playoffs in our district was 1982.
There's nothing he hasn't been to in District 3. Trust me on that. Folks.
Harrisburg star Ray Isom later won a national title, upsetting Vinny Testaverde in Miami in the Fiesta Bowl. Phenomenal football player, Ray Isom. Was our quarterback at safety.
We had a storm on New Year's Day that day. That's why I remember that victory. 14-10. Pete Giftopoulos with the interception.
By the way, snowstorm New Year's Day game was played January 2nd.
Yes,
the only game town Friday night. First time NCAA did that. The only game town, and what a football game. Yes, upset by the Nittany Lions over the Canes.
Back to the high school schedule here. Our 8th game will be on October 22nd. Central Dauphin at CD East.
Is that a rivalry?
I think so. Hey, CD East with a really nice win last night,
yes,
too.
Yes, they come back win. Very big for their program.
And then would be a feature Central York team taking on York High, and that'll be down at Central York at their beautiful new facility.
What used to be right down street, so to speak, touching neighboring districts, yes, and now Central York having a phenomenal facility there, and York High's coming to town on the last game of the regular season.
HSSLiveTV.com, you can find the schedule here, thanks to all of our fine sponsors who are bringing you high school football this year on High School Sports Live on ABC 27. We're going to take a quick break, come back with the second half. He's Fort Chapman. I'm Travis Sparks. The Invicta crew are going to take us to break here on ABC 27.3.
Today's Advanced Hoops tip will feature Duke McCamey, our post-training expert.
The Mikan drill is a foundational drill that I teach all young players that sign up for my class. This drill teaches players to finish around the basket while using proper footwork. It's important for players to use the right hand on the right side and the left hand on the left side. I teach players to shuffle their feet and get low while exploding into the layup. Squaring feet and squaring shoulder is the key to consistency and timing around the basket. The Mikan drill is a foundational drill for every young player to learn in my class.
All across Pennsylvania, families are living their lives in their own homes. Not long ago, none of these families believed it possible. And then they discovered there was someone who could help. What was once only a dream is now a reality. Welcome home.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent is Capital Region Insurance Agency, 717-731-1142.
Erie Insurance.
Groff Tractor is your full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction and many other leading brands, serving the total sales, rentals, parts, and service needs of its customers. Groff Tractor, featuring Case Construction, paves the way for your project from start to finish. With 6 locations, Groff Tractor is always nearby your equipment needs. Groff Tractor also offers scheduled maintenance along with 24/7 emergency service. Groff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
I'm thankful for the OSS trainers always being there to keep me in the game and on the field and help me pursue my lacrosse career outside of high school.
I'm going to Florida Southern College to play lacrosse. OSS trainers have taught us a lot about our bodies and keep them healthy, and that's going to help us get ready for collegiate sports.
OSS Health. Extraordinary care. Extraordinary athletes.
CCA field trips make learning come alive.
The Jet Bubble family of dealerships. 9 great franchises in 4 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, Stadler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Genesis of York, and Bubble Hyundai of Hanover. The Bubble family dealerships. Over 30 million in new and pre-owned inventory. With a reputation for quality service after the sale. Bubble is proud to serve your community. Find out why. The Jet Bubble family of dealerships. 4 great locations. Online at gmbubble.com.
Second half, Central had deferred back in the first half, so Cumberland Valley will be kicking. If I may take a moment personally, one of my former colleagues up at T102 Radio in Pottsville, Chaz Hepler, I'm sending my best to you. They were on their way to a game last weekend in the rain, and their vehicle was involved in a crash. All 3 of the members of the radio station, including former Blue Mountain head coach Chuck Kutz, they were all okay. Chazzy, I'm sending my best up to you. Can't wait to hear you on air again.
God bless them.
7-0 Central York.
So everybody knows here, we're broadcasting from the visiting side. It's not necessarily an enclosed press box, but it's good enough. And I'm not sure if this, Travis, this used to be the home side 50 years ago.
No, I didn't. Okay.
49 years ago, they switched it. The press box was not built over there. The press box still remained on this side, but they could build the bleachers higher on the far side. The road behind what used to be the home side where we're at right now, they could not extend the bleachers.
And
that's why.
And that's the Bob Schellenberger press box across the way.
That's right, Bob Schellenberger. Long time. He's been here announcing for about 50 years.
He says hello to you.
Oh, okay, wonderful.
From the 8-yard line. Bumbling, stumbling, because Kyer Fulp to the outside to the 29. Nice return, giving 21 yards and a first down for Central. No, Bob and I got together pregame just to do pronunciations like we used to back at Hershey every time. So
now, in this situation, what halftime adjustments were made? Let's see what Coach Belichick did offensively, adjusting this Cumberland Valley defense and what they're going to do, what wrinkles they're going to put in, what they're going to try. Quick trap out of shotgun.
Nice run up the middle. That's Johnny Walker who had the touchdown. Johnny Walker, excuse me.
That quick hitter, it's interesting. The quick hitter happens out of shotgun because it doesn't hit as quickly, obviously. But the running back can hit that hole with a decent steam of momentum, unlike if he gets the ball in the old school fullback position on a quick opener.
Now the lineup. Walker in the backfield again with Tribula.
That was a nice 5-yard gain by Central York on the quick hitter.
Tribula looking to throw. Now looking to get away, 35, 39-yard line, and mark him up to the 38. Fabiola suffered an injury in the state championship game when he was playing defense. It was very noticeable in the second half, and he has recovered nicely from it.
Yeah, he had a broken bone on his foot, apparently like under his, near his bottom of his foot, his toe area, big toe area. And yeah, he looks to be 100%. They're not hitting many quick hitters on the passing game. I look for Fabiola maybe to, now he threw an interception the last time he tried that. Good defense by the Eagles.
Walker again, but only back to the 39-yard line. That's no gain. It was a 3rd and 1.
We're going to punt it away on 4th and 1 here. You don't have to, but hey, Minnesota down 10-0 at home last night. Went for it on 4th down from their 29-yard line. It got a big, quick opener run and then went down and scored and made a game of it. But not now when you're up 7-0. That's not the time. I agree with Coach Johnchek on putting the punting team out there.
Fabiola is the punter, and he gets a dandy away. Under it at the 19. Rotates, looks for room, 20, and not much else.
Really nice coverage there by the punt coverage team of Central York. Now, let's see adjustment-wise. What is Coach Oswald going to do here? And the one thing that I really can see, get the quick passing game going out of shotgun. And get yourself in good down and distance situations. And you must avoid holding penalty if you're Cumberland Valley. You can't put yourself behind the chains.
Eli Noggle, Dominic Grove on the tackle.
Unbalanced set. This is a similar set that we saw early in the game in the first half.
Out of a pistol. And a bad snap, but nicely taken by J.D. Hunter up to the 36. That's enough for a first down. Excuse me,
nice.
Back to the 32, excuse me. I marked
about
him
7, probably 6 or 7.
Yep, marked him up a little further than he should have. So
close to 8-yard gain. Really nice run there on the botch snap.
Isaac Signs, the quarterback. That bad snap. Well, this is a better snap to Hunter.
Really nice play there defensively by Central York.
Only a yard. It's 3rd and 1.
Looked like Carter Glassmeyer on the tackle.
It's about 4 tackles for him tonight. Good job by 10. Glassmeyer playing the middle.
Now, what do you do on 3rd and 1? A lot of you see this spread offense in college a lot. They line up in shotgun still. They don't go under center very often at all. High school, sometimes you'll see us under center, but they're going to go from the shotgun with 3rd and 1.
They go for it. Penetration. Do they get it?
Yeah, they got it.
They stop the clock. Yes, they say first down.
Nice defense, only giving up short yardage D about a yard, but it was enough. You only needed a little bit less than a yard there, and Cumberland Valley moves the chains, and that's 3 running plays in a row, netting a first down, and the clock has not stopped yet. And just if you're Cumberland Valley, you're not, even though you're down 7, moving that clock, if you can get a drive and tie this game up to shorten the game, and comes anybody's football game. Just another same formation for very similar formation, 3rd play in a row to the short side of field.
Wants to go left now, veering to the right. That's Sterritz, the fullback. 4 yards for him. Thank you to Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency, our premier sponsor this year, sponsoring our scoreboard here. It's 2nd and 5.
Now they're putting the formation to the wide side of field for the first time this half.
Signs now wants to come right side.
Yep, they go to the short side with the fullback. Nice gain. This is Cumberland Valley football for decades. And Josh Oswald is aware that he played here under Coach Rimful, as we mentioned earlier. You're now in a 3rd and very short situation for the second set it 4 downs in a row.
That's Bryce Butler who had the carry there. A 3rd and less than a half a yard.
Fullback is lined up at tailback.
Sterritz, helmet comes off. He's got to come out for a play.
What a tackle.
Yeah, but it's
and a hit defensively. Still. And that's number 45 on defense, and that is Dayton Bagwell with a stick.
Called his name a couple times already, but the yardage was enough for a first down. Let's watch the stick again.
Really nice job. Really nice job holding on to the football by the Cumberland Valley running back.
Let's give Niger DeWitt a little cover, a little bit of credit on the coverage there as well.
Unbalanced line to the top of the screen, the wide side. Look for him to run that way. Yes, it is on a toss.
Another good job by J.D. Hunter to at least take that pitch. It will look a little awry at time, but ends up losing some yardage. Back 2 yards.
Predictable play call there based on the formation by Cumberland Valley, and Central York's defense bottled that up quickly. 2-yard loss. It's going to be 2nd and 12. Close to half of the third quarter already gone after this play.
Brandon Watson with the tackle. Long to go situation again for CV as they try to throw. Looking, wants it all, and what a catch and a flag.
Amazingly, that ball was just thrown up for grabs, and the Cumberland Valley receiver went after it and went up and got it. We have a penalty flag. I'm not sure what it's going to be. If it's defensive interference, it doesn't matter.
Griffin
probably
Huffman with
is.
the catch.
The junior receiver, 6'1", 200 pounds. And yep, it's going to be declined. Defensive pass interference. And now Cumberland Valley in a very similar situation they were right before the half. 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line.
31 yards on the reception for Huffman. He now lines up in the slot. Signs. Run up the middle, now to the right side. Good change of direction.
Central York electing to go man-to-man and get another guy in the box. No safety over the top. And they followed that run real well.
Hunter with 2 yards to the right side. We talked field conditions early on. We only saw one case really chewing up her. The field held up really well after all this rain on Wednesday.
Great point, Travis.
Great job by the Cumberland Valley grounds crew here to keep this field in tip-top shape. Signs on 2nd and long.
Corner out.
Looking left, but is in trouble. Dunnick
Great
chasing
job
after
getting
him.
out.
And it's caught. Huffman again. First down.
Phenomenal play by the signal caller to get out of that mess and be able to get rid of that football before he looked like he might be sacked from behind. His quick feet got him there. Isaac Signs with a strike, making something out of nothing for the Eagles. 1st and goal for Cumberland Valley.
Drive started at the 24-yard line. Over almost 5 minutes of the court chewed up already.
You know, they're running the ball right here to that tailback.
That's Hunter to the 6. Give him 3.
I really think they're going to come back. Now, could you get play action here? Yes, but I doubt it. Too many skill guys in the game for Central York. Now they're bringing in they're alternating D tackles there. No big deal. Central York is. I look for Cumberland Valley to find running play, one of the best running plays, and just try to get inside the 3 and give them 2 cracks at the goal line inside the 3.
72 Danny Pham coming in, replacing 77 Ray Bell at the nose tackle.
Now they have their fullback at tailback. I think they're going to get the ball to 42. My prediction here.
Just saw Hunter go to the sideline.
Oh, they're passing.
Signs. No, he wants to he wants to roll. He's looking to the left side and gets down to about the 4.
I don't know if that was intended or not. It looked like he was looking to throw. No, but on a quick route, nothing was open. He went for it. Surprised me. That may have been a run-pass option here. No, it was an automatic throw.
Oh, great pursuit again by Glassmeyer.
Saw guys blocking downfield. I think that may have been a quarterback draw. Now that I looked at the replay, and a called quarterback draw. They did elect to keep it on the ground here. 4 wide outs here, 1 back. Pistol.
Penalty.
That's what you don't want. You're down 7. Cannot afford any movement when you're at just inside the 5-yard line on 3rd and goal. The only positive this does, Travis, it opens up the field a little bit more in the end zone if you want to throw the ball. You give yourself a little bit more room for receivers to find open areas down the field. You now have 19 yards of open room rather than 14 before you go out of the back of the end zone. Same formation. Flare. It's a lateral.
Oh, great play.
Got to kick the field goal here.
Great play by Niger DeWitt to blow up the screen.
Got to get the field goal. You're at the 15-yard line on 4th down. Yep, they're
Here's
electing
the
to kick it.
Replay, Wagenheim. Oh, what a great job by DeWitt. They were at the 9. They lost 6 on the play.
And they don't have enough guys on the field here. There's no holder.
We've got 10
Down to
seconds on the
12.
play clock.
You don't want to lose the time out here. They're going to be able to get it off. They got time, but you got to rush in this kicker big time.
Patty Hernjack, 32-yard field goal. Good. So the fire drill right beforehand ends up in Cumberland Valley's favor. We take a break. 2:40 left to go in the third quarter. 7-3. Central York on top of Cumberland Valley.
Bobo family of dealerships. 9 great franchises in 4 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, Stadler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Genesis of York, and Bobo Hyundai of Hanover. The Bobo family dealerships. Over 30 million in new and pre-owned inventory. With a reputation for quality service after the sale. Bobo is proud to serve your community. Find out why. The Jack Bobo family of dealerships. 4 great locations. Online at gmbobo.com.
With Chad Edwards directing things and for Chapman, I'm Travis Sparks. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. 14 plays, 61 yards, 7 minutes and 15 seconds, and a 32-yard field goal by Patty Hernjack cuts the lead for Central York down to 7-3.
And now you have a lot of momentum if you're Cumberland Valley. We're in this football game. 14 minutes and 40 seconds left to play. Let's see what Central York does here. They got to try to get some of this momentum back, and they have the skill to do it. It's not very often that Central York's going to play Cumberland Valley, and Central York's going to be the favorite. They've been well coached in the last many years. But Central York is definitely favored in this football game. High, short kick.
Can of corn to DeWitt at the 21, and he gets up to the 32. More like a pop fly than a can of corn. Still talking baseball here. Wherever you're traveling this year for Labor Day, hope you have a happy and safe Labor Day weekend. Enjoy the day off. I know the kids will enjoy another day off. Most of them got 2 days off this week from Hurricane Ida. If you are recovering from flood damage, we wish you all the best.
Unique formation right here.
And Beulah gives it to Jules Scoff for the middle flag on the play. Doesn't get much here as this
probably hold. Number 9. Hold on number 9. They're gonna, if you're Cumberland Valley, you can make it 10, but I think you want to take that back. There's no wrong answer here. You can make it first and about 20 or have it 2nd and 10.
Your boy Alex saw it with the stop there that time.
It is.
We're in number 9 for Cumberland Valley. The holding penalty sets them back to the 22-yard line, so loss of 10. It'll be 1st and 20.
Alex's dad played for my dad, and then for Coach Rimple his senior year.
Oh, bad snap
for the 3rd time.
For Beulah on top of it.
Just do not look sharp with this center shotgun snap. That 3 times the ball has not gotten to Beulah. This one, it was so short he couldn't even pick it up. He had to just jump on it. And it puts them way behind the chains here for 2nd and 23. Cumberland Valley just needs to keep everything in front of them, force a punt after 2 more downs. Don't give up 23 yards and 2 downs, and you're going to get the ball in great field position.
Intercepted.
That's Save.
Oh, boy. And I don't blame you for celebrating.
Central York looks completely out of whack offensively on that series. Just nothing good happening. And Cumberland Valley capitalizing defensively. And now another short field for the Eagles.
For Beulah with his 2nd pick on the night. He's only got 57-yard passing. So from the 19-yard line, Cumberland Valley takes over.
Look for 42 here.
That's Sterritz in the backfield. Looks like he got a little bit of an early start, at least according to the Central York faithful. No flag called. It's a good gain to the 17.
Starretts is a sophomore running back with good size.
I remember that Coach Oswalt was talking to one of the local papers. He said the sophomore class is going to be critical for them this year, and it's paying dividends already with players like Starretts.
That's good to hear for the Eagles.
Go to that left side setup again.
Well, besides, we see 5 on a little quick hitter. They've been good at that. Nope, we're going to run Starretts again. Look at that yardage. Put them in a nice third down situation, Travis. What do they need here?
Well, they're at the 13. They have to get to the 9. So 4 to go. As Starretts gets another 4. We know they're in field goal range already.
Yes, but you're down 4. They got another. This will be the last play of the most likely the last play of the quarter.
And a credit to the Eagles, they've only allowed the Panthers to run 5 offensive plays this quarter. It is 3rd and 4. Switching positions, it's Bryce Butler to the left side. Now they run Starretts, and he's got an opening up to the 7. And it's going to be 1st and goal. You get the 8.
And that most likely is a quarter with 23 seconds remaining. And they're going to let that clock run and just make it a 4th quarter football game down at the other end.
Will they play once more here in the quarter?
I take it back. They're going to get a snap off if they hustle here. 7 seconds.
You try and draw them off sides? No, they're going to go up the middle with Starretts. He gets to the 4 as the horn sounds for the end of the 3rd quarter. It's been the Bryce Starretts show here at the end of the 4th quarter, as he has gotten them down to the 4-yard line after a turnover. 7-3, Central York leading Cumberland Valley. 4th quarter action next on High School Sports Live on ABC 27.3.
So a while back, I thought to myself, I'm never going to own a home. I'm going to have to rent forever. I didn't have money for a down payment. I had no credit history, and I just got out of a divorce. But PHFA showed me that home ownership is possible. They offer me a low-interest mortgage and a way to manage the closing costs. To me, this is more than just my home. It's a huge accomplishment and a new chapter in my life, thanks to PHFA.
The Jet Giambavo family of dealerships. 9 great franchises in 4 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, Stadler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Genesis of York, and Giambavo Hyundai of Hanover. The Giambavo family dealerships. Over 30 million in new and pre-owned inventory. With a reputation for quality service after the sale. Giambavo is proud to serve your community. Find out why. The Jet Giambavo family of dealerships. 4 great locations. Online at giambavo.com.
76 yards of offense for Cumberland Valley here in the 3rd quarter. Central York with -4 net yards.
You're going to see it on the ground. It is going to stay on the ground, guaranteed.
J.D. Hunter to the 1. Bring up 3rd and goal. Starretts carried the first 4 times in this drive. Hunter back in. And he will come out and replace Starretts.
They're going to go to Starretts here.
Starretts, yeah.
But I wouldn't even mind seeing a quick hitter to number 5, the lead back.
5, Bryce Butler. He's gotten a couple carries tonight. 3rd and goal. Eagles looking to take the lead. They go to Starretts, stacked up, nothing.
Yeah, see what I mean? It's good defense. I can't blame the call. Obviously, have to go for it here. But what do you do?
Well, you take it. You
So a while
have
back, I
to
thought to
relax
myself,
now because Signs has a cramp.
The backup quarterback is number 13, only a freshman. Caden Shonley. Saw him throwing in pregame. But this isn't a time when you want to put somebody in like that. Now, the timeout allows you to keep him in the game, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to stay in the game. There, they're getting him up.
So a big decision for John Oswalt on 2 fronts. Number 1, you've got to replace your quarterback. Number 2, it's 4th and 1.
I'll tell you what you got to think if you're Oswalt. I don't know if he practices it. the old Wildcat, get another lead blocker. I'm really thinking I'm putting 42 and 5 as lead blockers, and I'm putting number 3 Hunter back in the ball game and let him get the ball and run behind those 2 blockers. Now you know what's coming if you're on defense, but who doesn't know what's coming here? They're on the half-yard line. I'm giving the ball to Hunter.
Coach Janchik here on the near side wants the faithful that have traveled up from Manchester Township, West Manchester Township, Emmetsville, wants them on their feet. Meanwhile, the folks here in Silver Spring Township.
And they got 13 under center. They're going under center. Maybe they're sneaking it.
First time under center tonight for either team. Up middle, does the momentum carry them in? No. No, they did well with Caden Shaler, quarterback, and Central holds. They won on a defensive stand last week at Central York, and they hold again, and we've got 2 players with cramps down on the field. One walking to the sideline.
I don't know if that, I hope that's a cramp, but I don't know. Please be a cramp. Yes, it is.
Yes.
Thank goodness.
And nothing doing at all. A good play by Carter Glassmeyer. Again, a good play by Trenton Dunnick.
Momentum is such a crazy. Now, Lou Holtz, Notre Dame's coach, used to say there is no such thing as momentum. I loved Coach Holtz. He had a lot of good one-liners and a very good football coach. Right now, Cumberland Valley score there. They have all the momentum in the stadium. And let's see if this momentum got washed out.
That's Trenton Dunnick on the field. We're going to let the medical team tend to him. We'll take a break and have more of the fourth quarter here on ABC 27.3.
Today's Advanced Tips tip will feature Archie Smith, our speed and agility expert.
The block jumping drill is meant to develop the fast twitch jumping muscles in a young player's legs. This drill forces a player to jump constantly and should be fast-paced while clearing the block every time. Players will develop explosive jumping skills doing this, and it trains a player's body to jump quicker and have the endurance needed to jump in game situations.
The block jumping drill is one fundamental a player will learn in my class.
Well, will that goal line stand be our play of the game, presented by Capital Region Insurance Agency? Find out at the end of the game. Also, our Huffman Ford player of the game, as we do our Huffman Ford post-game report after the fourth quarter.
It's interesting to see what Coach Johncheck's going to elect to do here. Oh, that's high snap. He's going to go for the fade.
Wants it all, and he's got it. Parker Hines, he's loose and gone 99 yards. Woo!
And he went for the seam down the middle. He had 2 guys going deep down the sideline. He went for the inside receiver on a seam. And once again, for athletes, this is why you have to, the coverage man went down with a cramp on that. That's why you have to get a lot. There's the pass there in the replay. You got to get a lot of liquids, even if you're not thirsty. Keep drinking those liquids. Gone 99.5 yards. Phenomenal turn of events. We talked about momentum before the commercial, and momentum swung, and it is completely swung. 100%.
That would be the Capital Region Insurance Agency play of the game, and that is the first time. I've been doing games 25 years. That's the first time I've called a 99-yard touchdown.
How about it?
Called a 98-yard touchdown interception return. But, oh, boy. 99 and a half. Yes.
On a running play.
And Derrick Henry had one as I was listening to it coming home from a state championship game a couple of years ago. Oh, boy.
You know, well, that snap was it was up around Pabrula's head. You know, that goes off his hands out of the end. That's a safety. You got to give the ball back. Obviously very athletic. He fields it and then scans the field and goes for his inside receiver right down the hash mark. And no help. It was straight man coverage. Here's the extra point.
Matthew Parker with the extra point to make it 14-3. And he hits it out to the highway. 11-point lead for Central York on a 99-yard touchdown. 14-3.
So a while back, I thought to myself, I'm never going to own a home. I'm going to have to rent forever. I didn't have money for a down payment. I had no credit history, and I just got out of a divorce. But PHFA showed me that home ownership is possible. They offer me a low-interest mortgage and a way to manage the closing cost. To me, this is more than just my home. It's a huge accomplishment and a new chapter in my life, thanks to PHFA.
My friend Fort Chapman, the 99-yard touchdown speaks for itself. Oh,
yes.
boy.
And it never would have happened if it weren't for that great defensive goal line stand that you alluded to before we went to commercial break. And as you see on the screen there,
that Griffin Hoffman, who was injured on the play, looks like he's got a cramp. And there were also Isaac Sines was injured on the third down play before the fourth down of the goal line stand. So Cumberland Valley may be down 2 players when they come back here on offense. Boy, oh boy, that momentum swung like a tidal wave.
It sure did.
14-3 Central as Parker kicks it off.
Short kick, not fielded again by Cumberland Valley.
That's Wagenheim up to the 28. Let's call this young man's name for the first time. 34, Kyle Groman.
Now if you're Cumberland Valley, complete shift. You're now down 2 scores, 11 points, 10.5 minutes to go. Not even sure if your quarterback can go. Let's see if he's out here. Yep, he is out here.
The Signs had to sit out a play because of cramping.
And usually if you get a cramp and you keep going hard, often you'll cramp again. Just keep an eye on that. But now you got to, offensively, it's a scoring situation. And you got to think 7. Got to think touchdown here.
They run it again. This is Steritz. He's had a big third quarter into the fourth quarter. He's up to the 34-yard line.
Steritz getting blown up on third down on that goal line stand by Central York was big. It forced a quarterback sneak and changed the whole momentum of the game.
So now they hurry it up and run it again. This is Steritz to the 35.
Now, can you get a steady dose of running? Yes, you can, but you're going to chew. If you keep running the ball, unless you get big run, you're going to end up getting down definitely under 5 minutes before you score, maybe around 3 to 4 minutes, which is making it awfully tight here. So you got to mix up something in here. Unless you break a run, you got to mix up some kind of running play with a pass, some kind of pass. Even play action could be good.
2 yards to go. Up the middle, Hunter. It's got enough. And fights forward to about the 39.
Got to think also, Coach Oswald, you're only at your own 39-yard line, in and out of the huddle. You know, I don't know what they have no huddle-wise, but if they got to get moving because they're down 2 scores. You don't want to rush to where you don't execute, but you can't take much time in and out of the huddle, in between plays, if you're going to run the ball on most of your plays.
Signs. Wanted to take it up the middle. Nothing really doing there. 45 for the stop. Dayton Bagwell again for Central York.
That was Bryce Butler on the quick hitter.
And Glassmeyer again.
And now with that Central York stop right there, Travis, 2nd 10, you're not in your typical positive situation as far as ahead of the chains. Now you're behind the chains. I'm looking for play action here.
Signs wanted to throw, now taking off right side. Johnny Walker drops him at about the 44, but he's got plenty for a first down, a gain of 17.
Great wheels there with nothing open. Finding a gap around right end, coming off cramps. Really good play by the signal caller. That's what you need. chunks of plays like that. Plus, you got out of bounds. Clock's not starting until you snap the ball. Now you can take your time, dial up a good first down play. But you can't. You got to get 3-4 yards from first down to stay ahead of the chains.
Hunter rolls up to about the 43, 3 yards.
Just got kept in bounds there. Clock moving. We're going to be at 8 minutes when this ball snapped.
Both teams with all 3 timeouts. We saw Central go no huddle pretty much the whole night, and now Cumberland Valley picking up the pace, kind of going muddle huddle here, getting 9 of their 11 into a huddle, and the 2 receivers getting the signals. Butler, right side.
Not going to be enough. They got to go to the air now.
Yeah, they've been running misdirection a lot this half, and Central York has responded to it.
The whole stadium knows we're going to have a pass play dialed up here on 3rd and 7. And when nobody's really open, this quarterback has decided he's got to tuck it away and go and get upfield, and it's been positive. So don't be surprised if you see nothing open and him run the football. But I find it very hard to believe they're going to try to run it up here on 3rd and 7. They did.
They do.
And they got nothing. Now they're putting themselves in a tough situation. What do they get, about a yard, Travis?
But then about a yard there. They get back to
nothing.
Back to Wagenheimer this time.
Yeah.
Wagenheim, excuse me. So
now you're putting yourself in a 4th and 6, 6.5 situation.
Other than the 17-yard scramble by Signs, their runs have been 4-4-4, 1-3-0, and 1.
Yeah. 2 backs in the backfield. That's for obvious decoy reasons. They are going to the air. It's quarterback draw again. He's not going to get it. Not even close. No gain. They just don't have a lot of confidence in their passing game. And you got good defense on the York side of the field. Skilled guys. And they didn't throw the ball one time there on that possession.
Nice stick by Brandon Watson to knock Signs out of bounds, and it'll be 4th down. Actually, a turnover on, excuse me, so 1st down. So both teams with one turnover on downs.
Barring a turnover, that pretty much stood up the football game. Game's not over, obviously, with 6.5 minutes to go. But if you're Central York now, you want to just take care of the football. They're going empty, which is a quarterback draw. Yep, quarterback draw all the way.
Let Fabula showcase those legs to the 49-yard line, a pickup of 6. Take away the 99-yard touchdown. He's had a subpar kind of night. He's thrown 2 interceptions tonight, and he's struggled. He's probably under 50% completion, if not at it already.
Listen, one of his big receivers.
Manigault is out because of the 1-game penalty that he has to be enforced against him, but he's hung tough. He knows it's not going to be 70-0 like most of the results.
Look for Walker. That's right. Look for Walker getting the football here. It's going to be Walker. Yep.
And he breaks it up the middle and turns on the Jets to the 28.
Now, Bo Prabula is a student of the game. The clock's going to run once the chains are moved. You have 25. So, clock's moving already. Play clock at 30. Let's see if he knows to let this clock run down. Let that play clock run down to 2 or 3 seconds. And take your time here, because the clock is your friend right now if you're Central York.
24 yards on the gain.
Run Walker again. Keep him in bounds. Hold on to the football. If Prabula's going to go wide here, don't go out of bounds.
Nice job by Ajari Walker, and Prabula cuts up the middle, comes back to the 1. Nice job of staying in bounds.
Yes, he did.
26 yards on the gain for Prabula. And Mr. Save has a cramp.
See the replay there. Prabula tight roping down the sidelines. Bo Prabula, as Travis said, for his standards, not a highlight game. I know he's missing a big skill guy. And credit to Cumberland Valley some for keeping him, not giving up a lot of big plays until the 2 quick hitters to make it 7-0. But then obviously that 99-yarder on the long seam route.
All right, I want to test your memory. Have you seen any other 99-yard plays in your playing coaching career?
When you said it, you had me thinking. That's why I brought up the Tony Dorsett. I watched that one on TV, of course. Really trying to think on that one, Travis. Good question.
Yeah, in person, it's extremely rare. Now that I think about it, I did see one back in District 2 at Mid-Valley on a similar situation where he held the 1-yard line, and I can't remember the name of the running back, but he went 99 on the next play.
Okay, I got one for you here. Tyrone and Mount Carmel.
Jesse Jones,
Didn't Tyrone go 90-something? Was it 91?
91.
Yeah. I remember that was the wind was howling that game. The state champ. That was a state championship at Hershey Stadium that Tyrone ended up winning.
It was the only time Mount Carmel lost in a state championship.
Okay, but I knew that guy went a long way on a toss or something, deeper territory, and he went the distance.
Clock stopped here. An official's timeout. Yeah, that was Tyrone 13, Mount Carmel 6. They're resetting the 25-second clock.
But it was 7-6 because they missed the extra point into the wind.
Right.
The wind was so hard, and then that's when Tyrone had the toss play from depth at their own territory, and the guy broke it. And that's why I was saying he should have fallen down instead of scoring.
Yeah.
Because they could have run the clock out. He scored, gave Mount Carmel another chance, but too little too late. Tyrone got the state title.
Bo Perbula with 7 on the clock as the clock runs. And he fumbles the football, but Central's back on it. Ooh.
That's a problem when you go under center, when you're not used to being under center much at all. It's foreign to football for a long, long time. But now that so many high school quarterbacks are in shotgun, you see it in the Big 33 a lot because you're not even using your own center, except just for that short time period.
Parker Hines with the fumble recovery back on his own 6. So now Perbula has some room to work with. 20 seconds on the play clock. They'll milk it as much as possible.
Look for him to run around left edge here. He's going to go to his left. Yep, no doubt.
Can he outrun the defense? I'll take it to the 3.
Stayed in bounds. Really good speed by Perbula there. His athleticism showed there, even though he didn't score. Took a shot, but
he wanted to run that way to get a whiff of the concession stand over there. Good fries tonight. Two-yard line. Actually, going to be a gain of 4 on the play for Perbula.
Central York's going to probably get I'm going to suggest they might get a timeout here. Let the clock run down to 1. The play clock's at 7. Yeah, just get a timeout here. But they got it off with a second to go.
Johnny Walker.
Cumberland Valley with nothing to lose is just sending the house.
And the house holds, no gain. 4th and goal. This might be where they decide to take the time, because if they milk it down all the way, the play clock's at 20, they'll take it down to 2:40, 2:39.
That's what they're going to do, Travis. Good call.
Coming up at the end of the game, we'll have our Hoffman Ford post-game report, the Capital Region Insurance Agency play of the game, which is pretty much in right now. The Hoffman Ford player of the game. Got a lot to think about on that one. Do we go offense with the late emergence of somebody on offense, or do we go defense? Somebody who has been called a lot on defense. Not a lot to think about on that.
Yes, we do. Travis, I'm impressed. I'm able to somehow come up with that 90-plus yard run by Tyrone, which is somewhat impressive. But you knew the running back's name.
I had the play-by-play of that game, and you were commentating. And I remember we were discussing when it was 13-6. Did they go for 2 and both put the game away because the wind was blowing 35 miles an hour off to the out of the stage?
How about it?
Then I thought another scenario like that in 2000, Mount Carmel held Lakeland. Edwin Crakey, the all-time leading passer in yardage at one time, they held him on 4th and goal. A couple plays later, John Veach goes 92 yards for a touchdown.
Oh, there you go.
John Veach and his brother Brett, I think, are in the NFL. And Brett's in the front office of the Kansas City Chiefs. I think John is in he's one of the all-time leaders in rushing at Mount Carmel, and he's in pro football front office somewhere, I believe, as well.
Okay, we got it 4th down here. I'm looking for them. They have nothing to lose. I'm looking for, bad snap. They're going to throw it.
Looking to throw. Touchdown.
Nice adjustment there. Pabula not getting the snap properly. And John Kidder.
Sean Smith with the catch.
Smith had a heck of a game. Smith had a heck of a game, receiving and just overall playing.
He recovered nicely from the fumble he had on the first drive from the punt, but then a good job by Pabula to say, hey, great play, buddy. So a 2-yard touchdown pass. Pabula to Smith. Make it 20-3. Bring on Mr. 99, Matthew Parker, and it's 21-3.
99, Hugh Green, the Pitt defensive end, runner-up for the Heisman in 1980.
21-3. Let's take a break here on ABC 27.3.
Today's Advanced Hoops tip will feature Duke McCabe, our post-training expert.
The miking drill is a foundational drill that I teach all young players that sign up for my class. This drill teaches players to finish around the basket while using proper footwork. It's important for players to use the right hand on the right side and the left hand on the left side. I teach players to shuffle their feet and get low while exploding into the layup. Squaring feet and squaring shoulders is the key to consistency and timing around the basket. The miking drill is a foundational drill for every young player to learn in my class.
Three. Central beating Cumberland Valley. Glad you're with us tonight. Premier football season of high school football and high school sports live on ABC 27. Don't forget on ABC 27 tonight. Friday Night Football. Catch the highlights of this and 16 other games. With Damon, with Kelly, with John, and with Lookin tonight. ABC 27. Hunter and Wagenheim deep again. They go to Wagenheim's side, and the kickoff goes out of bounds. One of the only mistakes that our buddy 99 Matthew Parker has made.
Cumberland Valley has 3 choices. Take it where it went out, which you don't want to do because you can take it out to the 35-yard line, or you can make them back it up 5 and kick it again.
7 plays, 57 yards, 4 minutes and 5 seconds for the drive. As they decide to go with the 35-yard line. And it's a first down with just above 2.5 minutes left to go here as we approach the end of the game. A Hoffman Ford post-game report. Signs now wants to throw. And it's flushed out of the pocket, and it'll maybe get a 2-yard gain. Don't forget, next week we go to Severance Field, Bishop McDevitt, Harrisburg, 1 o'clock. Coverage begins here on ABC 27.3 and HSSLiveTV.com. Signs looking to throw. As all day, looking for something. Good coverage downfield by Central. They have just not allowed any passing yards tonight.
Absolutely. Really, really good skill coverage. And the other thing, Cumberland Valley just hasn't been able to get in a rhythm throwing the football the whole game. Just haven't been able to generate enough from their passing game to keep the Central York defense off balance. They've been predominantly a running team. They ran the ball pretty nicely for a lot, but Central York came up big and, like you said, made some big stops on short gains to get Cumberland Valley behind the chains, especially on that last possession.
Under 2 to go. Signs with a big hit, and it's caught. Dropped, excuse me. Pass intended on the far side. DeWitt had some nice pressure to the far side. Incomplete, 4th down. And a nice stick on the far side by 21, Niger DeWitt.
They're going to elect a punt under 2 minutes here, down the game in hand at 18. They're going to take a knee. If you're Central York anyway, you may as well go for it.
And Central's going to let it go, and the ball will come to a rest at the 24.
Cumberland Valley does have 3 timeouts left, so if you take a knee, see if he can get the ball back, even though the score is, the outcome of the football game is known right now. Central York needs to get 11 out there on offense. Here they got it now.
Here comes Johnny Walker. Check that. That's Parker Hines making it 11 on the field.
Cabula's just going to hand the ball up off in the pistol here and just keep control of the ball and run this clock out.
Your running backs do the work here. 25, a pickup of 1.
Coach Oswald's electing just to let the clock run. Down by 18.
Nice job by Jules Goff filling in for Manigault tonight as the starting running back. Did not make any mistakes. Had some good punt returns, had some good gains on offense.
No doubt. Cabula letting the play clock get down to under 5 seconds. We have a minute left in the football game. Play clock at 8.
Off again in the backfield. He gets the give up the middle.
Trying to strip it as the Cumberland Valley defense.
Huffman back on the field for Cumberland Valley. He makes the tackle. One more play to go here. And Central will come away with a, I'm not going to call this a sloppy win, but I don't even know if I want to call it a subpar win because they had a slow start early, got the touchdown on the ground.
This is good for a team, Travis. The
Yeah,
positive about this. Yep, you get tested. You have to come up big. Their defense, that third down stop, and then the quarterback sneak stop on 4th down, obviously. But the third down stop with a big running back to limit them, keep them out of the end zone was impressive.
Gut check win.
Yes, sir.
That's the best way to put it. Central 21, Cumberland Valley 3. Hoffman Ford postgame show coming up next.
Groff Tractor is your full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction and many other leading brands, serving the total sales, rentals, parts, and service needs of its customers. Groff Tractor, featuring Case Construction, paves the way for your project from start to finish. With 6 locations, Groff Tractor is always nearby your equipment needs. Groff Tractor also offers scheduled maintenance along with 24/7 emergency service. Groff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
I've been playing football for 4 years, since my freshman year in high school. My plans are to attend Penn State University and play football. Our trainers from OSS helped us prevent injuries by shaping us, wrapping us. They've always been there at practices and games, and they were always there when they were called upon.
OSS Health. Extraordinary care. Extraordinary athletes.
So a while back, I thought to myself, I'm never going to own a home. I'm going to have to rent forever. I didn't have money for a down payment. I had no credit history, and I just got out of a divorce. But PHFA showed me that home ownership is possible. They offer me a low-interest mortgage and a way to manage the closing cost. To me, this is more than just my home. It's a huge accomplishment and a new chapter in my life, thanks to PHFA.
Today's professional skill tip will involve using one-handed shooting to bring balance and stability to the shot. I teach young players to balance the ball in one hand, in close, to establish a squared-up foundation when shooting. The one-hand shooting further out forces a player to stay square, reinforcing balance and lift on the shot. This one-handed emphasis will only help with leg power and the ball rolling off the one hand, developing more control and overall shot balance.
The one-handed shooting is the fundamental tool I use to develop advanced shooters.
The Jet Giambavo family of dealerships. 9 great franchises in 4 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, Statler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Genesis of York, and Giambavo Hyundai of Hanover. The Giambavo family dealerships. Over 30 million in new and pre-owned inventory. With a reputation for quality service after the sale. Giambavo is proud to serve your community. Find out why. The Jet Giambavo family of dealerships. 4 great locations. Online at Giambavo.com.
21-3, Central over Cumberland Valley with Fort Chapman. We thank you very much for joining us here tonight on ABC 27.3, the kickoff of our high school football 2021 schedule. Don't forget, go to HSS Live TV to check out our entire schedule, plus replays on YouTube. Time to get our post-game accolades here with Hoffman Ford. First of all, our Capital Region Insurance Agency play of the game. We thought at first it was going to be the goal line stand, but then one play later they said, let's top that and go the distance. Prabula launches it. And oh, what a great catch by Parker Hines, and he takes it the distance, 99 yards for a touchdown, and there was no stopping him on that play.
Phenomenal offensive play, and if that's 1A, 1B has to be, as you mentioned, that goal line stand, because that was phenomenal to keep the lead in their hands.
Just a great play by Central. There you see Hines taking it the distance again. Great job by our camera crew tonight as they take it 99 yards for the touchdown. Now, player of the game, I tried to give a vote to Carter Glassmeyer here because he played a phenomenal game on defense. He had, I want to say, double-digit tackles. The whole secondary played good. They shut down the passing game for Cumberland Valley. But really, the guy who keeps it all moving for Central York is the guy who wears number 1.
Absolutely, the signal caller.
Bo Prabula. I keep trying to give credit to his older brother here. Bo Prabula with the play is our player of the game. There's the run he had late in the game for 26 yards that helped set up the score.
Here's the play of the game.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, when you have 99 yards in front of you, chew up as much as you can, as much as possible, as quickly as possible. He just did.
And that Central York defense held Cumberland Valley's offense to a field goal.
That was it. Just
the whole defense really impressive. There's the last touchdown.
Yeah, his second touchdown to Trayshawn Smith, for the final touchdown from 2 yards out, sewed it up, a 21-3 victory. Great win for Central York. Like I said, a gut check win. Next week, oh boy, we got a good one for you down at Severance Field. Bishop McDevitt, Harrisburg. I think the entire region should be out for that.
You don't want to miss that one, folks. No doubt about it. What a rivalry.
1 o'clock next Saturday here on ABC 27.3. Again, HSS Live TV to check out the entire schedule.
And Calvin Everett's going to have that Harrisburg team ready. They went down to Pine Richland and won. Even though McDevitt lost in their first game to LaSalle College High School, it was a very good opponent. They're going to be ready as well. Both teams very talented and are going to bring it.
I really enjoyed working with you, buddy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Travis. Enjoy it.
You're welcome. For Chad Edwards and the entire High School Sports Live team, I'm Travis Sparks. Thank you to Hoffman Ford for the post-game show, also the player of the game, Capital Region Insurance Agency for the play of the game, Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency, and all of our sponsors here for High School Sports Live on ABC 27.3. For Fort Chapman, I'm Travis Sparks. Thanks for joining us, and please buckle up.